All right, what's going on? It is Jordan here, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 bad boy traits that women love and they can't resist. Now, before we do hop into these 5 bad boy traits, if you want extra help when it comes to maximizing your looks, becoming the most attractive and confident version of yourself, but also being able to attract women to you that already have high interest in you, have high attraction for you, they themselves are attractive and they actually want to see you. They actually pursue you. You don't feel like you have to jump through hoops just to go out on a date with them. You don't have to sell yourself or overqualify yourself or really have to qualify yourself that much to them because they're already interested in you. They're already attracted to you. And if you want to have women like this constantly coming to you and having more of a thriving and abundant dating life, then I would highly suggest that you check out my free IAB training. I will show you step by step how you can accomplish this. I'll have it linked down below in the description in the pinned comment. Definitely check it out after this video. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's hop into these 5 bad boy traits. Now, moving on to trait number 1 is that the bad boy, quote unquote, puts himself first. So bad boys or men with bad boy like traits, they put themselves first before any woman. And this means their career, their health and fitness, their hobbies, their mental health. Yes, their mental health, their alone time. They put themselves first before any woman. And if he has a task that needs to be completed or he has an obligation that needs to be fulfilled, then those things will come first before a woman. Those things will come first before he enjoys himself with the company of a woman. And once a man that has the trait of being able to put himself first, which if you think about, a lot of bad boys do this. They put themselves first, right? You see them doing this in the movies and the shows and all these things. Well, yes, this is a very important trait and probably the most important trait a man should embody, and that is putting himself first. So once his priorities are taken care of, that's when he will make more time for the woman. That's when he will make time to see different women throughout the week or just see one woman and just enjoy the company of the woman, as I said a little bit ago. But at the end of the day, the bad boy, quote unquote, puts himself first. And it doesn't matter who the woman is, how attractive she is. None of that stuff matters because at the end of the day, he is his number one investment. You watching this man, you are the number one investment in your life. Therefore, you should always put yourself first. And this isn't to do it in a way where you're hurting someone else, you're doing the woman wrong or anything like that. No, you're just taking care of yourself first and foremost. That way, people who are deserving, like a woman that actually is the right woman for you and is actually pursuing you and is highly invested in you and has high interest, high attraction for you, she gets to be the recipient. She gets to enjoy the greatness that you've been able to build because you put yourself first. So that's number 1. Moving on to number 2 is that the bad boy actually values his time. So if you think about it, since bad boys always put themselves first, that also means that they have to value their time. And this is why they're also very selective with the women that they spend their time with, because bad boys, quote unquote, these type of men, they understand that it's all about choosing the woman that chooses the man first. If she, keywords, if she wants to have maximum success with him, talking about the man, right? Bad boys who get women, they understand that the women that are going to be the most successful with that man, he understands that if he wants to set a woman up for success, it's going to be a woman that is already choosing him, a woman that is already showcasing high interest, high attraction, is pursuing him, is having great energy every time that they get together. She's invested in pursuing that man and building something potentially with that man. And he understands that those are the best women to select and put his time, his effort, his energy into the women who are being the type of women that are constantly finding ways to get this man's time. And that's because they're highly attracted to him. They're highly interested in him because the bad boy understands that time is a non-refundable resource. It's a very scarce resource. He understands that if he wants to get the best interaction with the woman, it's going to come from a woman that is choosing him. If he wants to nurture something with the woman, whether it's casual, it's serious, it's long-term, whatever, he understands that it's the woman that chooses him first and foremost, that he's going to be able to set herself up in terms of success. He's going to be able to set her up for maximum success with him. He's not out here chasing women that, yes, may be very attractive. And that's not to say these women that will be choosing him won't be attractive. I'm sure they will be. But he's not trying to go for the most absolute beautiful woman who is not necessarily choosing him. That's not showcasing high interest, high attraction. Because that's one of the biggest issues that a lot of men run into, is that they try to go for women that they don't qualify for. That's really one of the biggest issues, is that men go for women that they know they don't qualify for, instead of going with the woman who, may not be the most attractive woman out there, but she's bringing beautiful energy. She's choosing the man. She's making everything easy for the man. She's pursuing him, showcasing investment towards him. But a lot of dudes want to go for the most beautiful woman. But a lot of guys don't qualify for that. They don't qualify for the most beautiful woman. And that's not to be disrespectful, but it's just to be real with you, because the more you focus on choosing the woman that chooses you, that's when you have more of a thriving and abundant dating life. That's actually where you become more confident when it comes to interacting with women, because you're constantly surrounding yourself with women who actually like you, have high interest in you, high attraction, feminine energy, good energy. They're looking forward to seeing you. They're always asking you, when can I see you next? You see what I'm saying? The bad boys understand that these are the best women to select to put his energy towards, because he's going to get the most bang for his buck in terms of his time. He's going to be able to maximize his time by being with women who are bringing great energy, instead of chasing women that aren't necessarily choosing him. And if you think about it, this is why women are constantly chasing and pursuing the quote unquote bad boys, is because those men's time are scarce. Therefore, his time, the man himself, is going to have a higher perceived value, because he puts a price on his time, in the sense where not everyone can get it. Not every woman can get it. They're not just going to get it just because. They also have to be deserving of his time. They actually have to work for his time, which then is going to make her more attracted to the man, because he is being perceived as a higher value man in the sense of his time and who he gives his time to. So that's number 2, is that the bad boy, quote unquote, values his time. Now, moving on to number 3, is that many bad boys, if you think about it, are typically good looking, in shape, well-groomed, well-dressed men. They're pre-selected primarily due to their looks, their physical presentation in terms of their fashion, their style, their overall look, their archetype, their personalities, like that cool, calm, collected, but also that charismatic personality that a lot of bad boys have, whether or not they're extroverts or introverts. They have that form of, just cool, smooth, suave, charismatic personalities to them, and they know how to make women feel good. But here's the thing, women also know that these types of men in particular, they're pre-selected, which is one of the reasons why they're attracted to them in the first place. And women feel safer with these type of men because other women are choosing up on them. Other women want them, and they're already going to assume. I talk about this a lot in my videos, and that is, women know when they see an attractive man, a man that is well put together, and she's physically attracted to him, she knows that other women more than likely feel the same way, simply because she believes, like, okay, well, if I feel this way about the man, then other women probably feel this way too. And it's kind of like when you go to Amazon and you know a product that you really want, and you have all of the desire and the intent of actually buying that product, but you just scroll down and you look at the reviews just to make sure that you're going to make the right purchase, and you're looking at all the 5-star, 4-star, so on and so forth reviews. That's similar to the effect of social proof that a man has, is that when women see that other women are attracted to him, that other women are choosing up on him, passing looks to him, whatever, she's going to feel more safer with that man because other women seem to like him. It's similar to when you go to make a purchase on Amazon. You feel safer when you read the reviews and see that the product that you're looking to buy has pretty much a high rating in terms of reviews. So that's the same way here, man, is that the bad boys, quote unquote, they're pre-selected, and women have, they have a sense of thrill and excitement that they feel when they try to compete for this type of man and they try to lock him down. They actually like the pursuit. They like the chase. They like competing for this man when she's highly attracted and into him. So that's number 3. Moving on to number 4 is that the bad boy, quote unquote, he doesn't pedestalize a woman. He doesn't. And that's actually one reason why women are attracted to the quote unquote bad boy archetype. And that is, he just doesn't pedestalize her. He doesn't chase her. He's not constantly complimenting her on her physical looks and appearance. He will give compliments. He will give sincere and genuine compliments, but they're going to be perceived as more valuable compliments. They're going to be more meaningful because he's not giving them out like candy, and they're going to be more genuine. They're going to be a lot more sincere. Therefore, she's going to care more about that man's compliments on top of the fact that she's already going to be into him and attracted to him. She's going to care more about his compliments because they're scarce. They're not a commodity in the sense where he's constantly giving out compliments. He's not blowing up her phone like how most dudes are blowing up her phone. He's not constantly asking when can he see her. Most of the time, the women are going to be asking this man, when can she see him? Now, of course, here's the thing, is that the bad boy isn't necessarily a jerk. He's not mean. He's not disrespectful to these women. He will reciprocate the woman's energy and interest that she invests into him once he sees consistent behavior traits of her pursuing him, her wanting to see him, her complimenting him. Once he sees those consistent behavior traits occurring, that's when he's going to make sure that he's pursuing as well. It's an equal exchange of value. It's not just going to constantly be the woman pursuing. She's always going to be pursuing, but in terms of initiating conversation, in terms of initiating getting together, the bad boy, quote unquote, will be doing this too. But it's because the woman has been doing this already from the jump, and she's more than likely doing this more than the man is. So he's not going to be scared to reciprocate this energy, which if you want to be able to manage the relationship with a woman, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to also pursue. There's a difference between chasing and pursuing. Chasing is when you're trying to get at a woman. In this context, you're trying to get at a woman that's not feeling you, that's not into you. She's clearly not interested. Pursuing, on the other hand, is when the woman is into you, she is attracted to you, she's pursuing you, and since she's pursuing you, assuming that you're attracted to her, you're going to pursue her. You're going to pretty much match her energy and investment towards you. But usually, from what I've experienced, what other people have experienced that I've worked with closely, when the woman is just investing a tiny bit more, I know some people don't like hearing that, but it is what it is. When the woman is investing just a tad bit more than the man, that's usually when those relationships, whether they're casual, long-term, whatever, tend to work out the most. And that's the thing. He will pursue the woman, but at the same time, he doesn't think that she's better than him because he's not putting her on a pedestal, because he's not constantly blowing her up and, you know, just acting like all these simps out here. He's not doing that. He's still pursuing her, right? He knows how to manage that interaction and that relationship that he's nurturing with the woman, but he doesn't think that she's better than him, and he's definitely not pedestalizing her. So that's number 4. And then moving on to the 5th and final bad boy trait, and that is he's unapologetically authentic. So the bad boy, he's unapologetically himself, and he has more of a take it or leave it mentality when it comes to women and people in general. And you'll notice that he won't change or sacrifice his personality. He won't change or sacrifice his beliefs unless he wants to change his beliefs, right? He comes to that conclusion on his own. That's his own idea. He's not going to just suddenly switch up his interests or sacrifice his interests, his hobbies, etc., for the sake of the approval and the attraction from the woman. He's not going to do that. This is another reason why nice guys don't win when it comes to women, is because they lack authenticity. Number one, their nice guy persona is all an act, and all they really care about is getting the woman. They're trying to be intimate with her, right? But even the guys that are truly into these women, the mistake that the majority of men make is that they sacrifice pretty much everything that maybe the woman was attracted to initially. This is why a lot of relationships actually go downhill and end up fizzling out, and the man and the woman go their separate ways, is because the man stops doing the things that attracted the woman to him initially at the beginning of the relationship or whatever situation that they had, whether it was casual, long-term, serious. The man was actually highly attractive in the woman's eyes. She was attracted to him, what he was doing, his way of thinking, his personality, his charisma, his demeanor, whatever the case is. But then he sacrificed everything that she was attracted to initially for the woman, which then caused her to lose attraction for that man. But the bad boy, quote unquote, he's unapologetically authentic. He remains himself, and he understands that just how, in order to set up a woman to be successful with him, by choosing the women that first choose the bad boy, quote unquote, he understands that by choosing those type of women, is that he can be himself. He can be unapologetically himself. He can be authentic. He's not going to change up who he is. He's not going to change up his quirks and what he's into and how he carries himself. He's not going to change all that for the sake of a woman. The right woman, she's going to be attracted to who he is at the core, and he actually gets to be himself. He's going to be himself regardless, but he can also be himself with women and not try to switch up and try to put on a fake persona for the sake of trying to get at the woman to attract her. No, she's already going to be into him for how he presents himself. The right woman at least will be into him. Not every woman is going to be into you, but the bad boy, quote unquote, understands that the right women will be into his authenticity. And that's what most men lack nowadays, is authenticity. But he's going to be unapologetically authentic himself. With that being said, if you want extra help when it comes to maximizing your looks, becoming the most attractive and confident version of yourself, as well as having women coming to you, being highly attracted, highly interested in you, making your dating life not only easy, but it's abundant. You're not having to jump through hurdles or go through all these BS with women that are showcasing lukewarm energy and interest in you and, you know, talking about, yeah, we'll see, you know, maybe we can get together sometime. No, you're actually attracting not only women with high interest, high attraction, they're attracted themselves, but they're treating you and viewing you as the prize, which if you're maximizing yourself to the best of your ability, you will become the prize. And if you want women to treat you and view you that way and have a more thriving and abundant dating life that's pretty much on autopilot, then I would highly suggest that you check out my free IAB training. Again, I'll have it linked down below in the description and the pinned comment. With that being said, if you got a lot of value from this video, please give it a like, subscribe for more videos like this. And with that being said, I will talk to you in the next one.